Morning. Alright, we are playing Kingdom Rush. This is the full game I paid for off of Steam. It's nice because you get all the heroes, all the levels, just there automatically. Uh, I probably, like a lot of you, played this initially when it was for free, like on Congregate and stuff. And it was a great way to play, but I've just come back to the games, killing time. There's not a lot of other games like it, and the quality is obviously pretty amazing. So I thought I would do some playthroughs level by level, just talk about strategies, have fun with it. If this is something that people like on a channel, which, you know, I've watched quite a few of these videos myself. There's a lot of games, so there's a lot of levels, and we'll see, do something with it. Anyway, my name is Mark, and this is just kind of a gaming channel, I guess, or a Mark uses the computer channel, I suppose. I mess around with coding sometimes, yo-yo games, but I really enjoy playing this, so I thought, why not just record myself playing it? I'll put it on YouTube, and hopefully I can keep some people company, something for them to do, kill a little time, have someone to listen to, and got coffee, so if you've got coffee, get some, yeah. Start a brand new game, so we can go through with like new characters all the way through. So initially when you start any of the tower defense versions of the Kingdom Rush games, you got to get your stars built up first. So I will just start on casual mode, just make it easy for myself. You'll notice down here at the bottom you have upgrades, and you have a hero room. Hero room's not unlocked yet, because we're just starting a new set. But under upgrades, getting all the stars required to get this done and filled up will make you immensely more powerful, and it'll make doing the veteran mode levels a lot easier. So I would say, ultimately, if your goal is to defeat every level on both the Iron Challenge and do it all on veteran, by all means, set that goal. One of the really nice things about the Kingdom Rush games is that when you click on a level here, I don't need to point with my finger, you can just see where the mouse is, sorry. It gives us the name of the level up here, Southport. It gives us a brief description of what's going on in the campaign, so you can follow the storyline, learn character names, just kind of track what's going on. Kingdom Rush is a pretty advanced game now. I think they just came out with the RPG just a month ago. So at some point I may get to the RPG, but in between there's Kingdom Rush, there's Frontiers, there's Legends, which is like a jump back in time before this. So there's, as well as a lot of other games. The Ironhide Studio, which I think is out of Uruguay, or, well, I should probably figure out where they're from, but South America. Small company, but they make great games. So, but anyway, I was saying here, they'll tell us if we defeated this campaign at 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars, whether we've defeated the Iron Challenge or the Heroic, and then also over here it's showing us right now we're attempting this on casual mode, normal, veteran. We're gonna try it on casual. This little guy here with the wooden sword. When we've defeated it, we're going to get a little icon here with the casual guy in a check. If we come back and play it again later, we play it on normal mode and defeat it, we will get the normal guy check. And so we can ultimately be able to just go through all the different levels on veteran mode and have completed all the various challenge modes. But we're not going to start that way. We just want to get our stars first off. So we're going to put it on casual. We're going to hit the battle, and here we go. Okay, you can read all these introductory things. I presume anyone who's watching these kind of videos is familiar, so we'll just skip this. Build here. Okay. We'll just start off with a let's do an artillery tower. We're going to put it on the inside of a turn, because if you notice here, you get a green circle from whatever tower you're selecting that shows you the attack radius. Artillery has one of the bigger attack radiuses to start. You can see this is a mage tower, and it reaches about to this edge of the road right here. But if I switch to artillery, it definitely overlaps onto the grass there. So it has the best range, and by putting it on the inside of a curve, meaning that the inside of this shoulder of grass here, click off of that, we want it along this edge, because that green circle covers more of the roadway, whereas if we were to try and put it over here, and I select artillery, I'm now on an outside turn of the road. I keep pointing with my hand, sorry. The green circle covers very little of the roadway. That means that that tower is going to be in contact with the enemy for less time. So that's just one of the most basic things that maybe you've never thought of when you're playing Kingdom Rush or a tower defense game in general. I don't hear it stated very often, but it's just simple math, simple little circle. You put the tower on the inside here, and you get way better enemy contact. So that's where we're going to put our artillery tower. So we'll build one of those there. And the game is not going to start till we hit this little red skull icon up here. But we need to slow down the enemies, and we're going to use barracks. Essentially, it's going to train some soldiers right here on the roadway. You'll see them run out. These towers can be put on the outside edges or in inopportune locations where their contact with the roadway is not very good, because the soldiers are the contact point. If I click on this built barracks, I can click on the blue flag, and I can now put my soldiers anywhere in this blue radii. So I could put them up here to meet the enemy right away, but the problem is they no longer are in contact with the green attack radius of the artillery piece there, the cannon thing. Looks like a barrel, but it's a dwarven cannon. It's pretty sweet. Or mortar, I guess. So back to my barracks, back to the blue flag. I want my soldiers to overlap with the coverage of my dwarven artillery. I think these are human soldiers, by the way. They have silly little names. So I'm going to have these guys post up right here. This is where they're going to stand and defend. We have Robert here, we have Wesley, and we have Ramsey. Guy, but Wesley, at least from Princess Bride, is quite the hero. So I don't know what about Robert. See, I can't think of any fantasy Roberts right now. Maybe Robert Jordan. So that's fine. Okay. So now you can see that when I click on the artillery tower, my little defenders are well within the green. So they'll overlap, and there'll be a synergy. They'll be able to defend together pretty well. And we have 70 coin left. Let's just hold on to that real quick. We'll build up some more gold pieces before we build our next tower. And let's start the wave by just clicking the incoming wave. We're going to get some goblins. Up here I get some new enemy information. You should always click this. Now, that icon will only show up the first time in a game that you see the enemy. So it's not like every time you play through a level that goblin thing is going to pop up, but certainly the first time you see one, read it. It's fun, it's amusing. You get a really good image kind of blown up of what the enemy looks like, and of course the artwork is fantastic in Kingdom Rush. I love it. So goblins, small evil humanoids with no outstanding abilities. So these are just the cannon fodder. The pawns, if you want. Low health, average speed. So this is about as easy as to take on. Note that I can also click on the goblin. And now I'm looking down here at the goblin. They die so quick, but no armor, 1 health, and they do 1 to 4 damage with their little weapons. That is when they're attacking our soldier. That's what that relates to. So the first wave is done. We earned, looks like 3 gold per goblin. So it's going to be a slow slog to build up our gold and get another tower here. The next wave just came. Let's see, more goblins. There might be like an orc with them or something at some point. But you see that our defenders are stopping the guys on the road, giving the slow artillery a couple of chances to launch these barrages. Artillery is an area effect splash, so each little shell from the artillery can hit everyone standing there. It doesn't hit our troops, obviously. Through magical means, it only targets its enemy. And kind of like some of the effects in like a D&D or something, if you're role-playing, you can selectively choose who's affected by an area spell, oftentimes. Okay, new little message popped up. Reinforcements, the new special power. Reinforcements are going to be critical to getting any further in this game. So essentially it says every 10 seconds we can summon a group of reinforcements. They're just like little soldiers. They're more the humans in this case. And farmers, it looks like. They're going to show up with their pitchforks and scythes, and they're going to help the guards defend. And they'll only last for so long. Whether they get killed by the enemy or not, eventually they'll disappear. So I'll hit OK, and I'll just grab my first set of reinforcements, and I'll just drop them right in the middle. You see now there's 5 of my little guys. My farmers are there. They even have names, actually. Let's see who we got here. We have Phil, the farmer. He only does 1 to 2 damage, no armor. So Phil is really weak. But that's okay. We just need warm bodies out there defending us right now. Okay, and you can see the cooldown timer down here on this has given me another batch of farmers. So I'm going to drop those reinforcements in there. I got a scythe and a shovel here. Arthur, good name, and Willard. Okay, and here comes the next wave of enemies. More goblins. I'll drop more reinforcements. You can see there, I can have 2 sets of reinforcements sometimes. The initial set will disappear first. I should really figure out how long that is at some point. It's probably 30 seconds that they last, I guess. Oh, this guy's an orc. Let's take a look real quick. New enemy. Orc. Tough savages with light armor. So essentially they're slow. I think the goblins run a little bit faster down the roadway, so the orcs are kind of like the heavier guys coming in later. They do have light armor. That means that a bit of mundane physical damage is going to be resisted, such as barracks, artillery, and archers. Just, you know, like, think of like baseball bat damage, right? If you hit someone with a baseball bat, these guys can resist it because they're wearing a little bit of leather, chainmail, plate armor, whatever. A magic tower would penetrate right through that regular armor, though. So that gives me an idea. We have 136 gold now, and we can build a mage's tower. So let's build it, and we'll put it right here so it'll help reinforce the artillery in the barracks position. It's 100 gold mage tower. It fires slow. It has a pretty short area of attack, but those bolts are going to hit pretty hard for 9 to 17 damage. And it will penetrate right through the orc light armor. Next round's coming in. We got a tip up here. Talks about armored enemies. It's kind of what I already talked about, so we'll close that down. And I'm going to grab another batch of reinforcements. Throw them in there. You know, you want to get in the habit of using your reinforcements constantly, and that's just a part of the game, and it's allowing you to interact and make strategic choices on the fly. I guess that'd be tactical choices on the fly. So, but use them every time they come up. You'll have to form that habit. If you just scramble down here in an emergency to grab your reinforcements and drop them in, you're missing a lot of stopping power. And as they become more powerful, building up via upgrades, they have a little bit of offensive capability as well. They get the ability to throw ranged weapons and target things at a distance, and that is really helpful. But for now, we don't need to worry about that. So here comes some orcs, and you see the goblins closing fast. The goblins are catching up with them because they are a touch faster than the orcs. We're on wave 6 of 7 up here, so we're almost done. I better throw some more reinforcements up here. This is casual mode again, so this is quite easy. I'm barely breaking a sweat here. We might try and go for a veteran mode win on the next video. I'm not sure. I'm sure these videos will probably be, 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on how many waves there are in a level. And finally, throw out some more guys. I can click on this little red circular bar is the countdown timer to the next wave. You can always click it a little easy if you want to. If you do that, you gain a little bit of extra coin, gold pieces, for every second early you summon the next wave. And your powers down here, your reinforcements and your fireball or rain of fire, every second you click the next wave early, it takes a second off the cooldown. So sometimes you want to grab that next wave quite early. if you happen to need a fireball right away, and that's part of the strategy. And when I'm talking to you folks less and playing the game more, we'll be spamming those buttons, the 1 and the 2, quite regularly. So anyway, blast enemies from the sky. It's gonna just call down some fireballs. They are AOE, I think, right from the start. So when they rain down, they'll hit things. The trick with Rain of Fire, though, here it is that it takes a moment to fall. So if I click it right here, you see a couple guys manage to get out of there. They scooted out. So you always want to lead your enemy by an inch or so on the roadway with your Rain of Fire. That was it. We won. The nice thing is, because we finished that level with a full 20 hearts, or full life, we get 3 stars. And actually, if you finish the level with 18, 19, or 20 life, you will get the 3 stars. The 2-star range is like 11 to 17 or something. I try to always finish with 3 stars if possible. So, and then if you do very poorly and you only have a few life left, like 3 life, you'll just get the 1 star. But you get 1 star regardless, just for finishing the level. So those 3 stars, we can now, we're going to hit continue, which means, don't restart the level. You lose your stars, you lose your victory. So we want to hit continue. It's going to pop us back to the beautiful main menu. By the way, if you have not gotten this game on Steam and just paid for it outright, I think this one was like $4.99 or whatever, $9.99. Just do it, buy it. I mean, I've spent hundreds of hours playing these games, and this one in particular. So well worth it. And of course, you have to support small game developers or they won't exist. I've spent many years making many little games, put some out on the iStore back, like 10 years ago when the App Store was brand new. I made my own little, games on the iPhone 3, 3S, so they're pretty baby things, but it's fun to be an indie developer and make your own games. We might cover some of that in videos. I use Yo-Yo Game Studios now, which is a fantastic game making tool, just programming tool in general. You can get a version of it for free. It's very easy to use. They have tons of videos to teach you, so I think I'll definitely make some videos on that. We can make our own little tower defense game. I've done it, so we'll get into that. But at any rate, get the Steam version. Pay a little money, get it. You'll love having it. You'll love the beautiful colored maps, having access to all the heroes, all the levels. It's like the polished version of the old copy of this game. So, again, the Ironhide Studios, just, what a great studio. And obviously, they put a lot of heart into this stuff, and it shows. So, anyway, buy upgrades. We got 3 stars, and we can now spend them. You can see down here we have our first tier of upgrades. We can only buy these one at a time. See the little star cost of 1 or 2 in this case. Let's see, Marksman Towers return 90% of the value when sold. That's almost useless. You are not going to be in the habit of placing towers in the wrong place and then selling them, so we're going to avoid that for now. We got better things. Barracks trained soldiers with more health. That's pretty good. Increase wizard attack range. That would be very handy. Attack range is king in this game because essentially for the same cost and the same plot, the little circle where you can build a tower, the range of it gives you more for that coin to build it and more for that slot where you can only have one unique tower anyway. You get the most out of it with range, so that's really useful. Here under artillery, increases artillery attack damage. So that's not range, it's damage. So it is very good, but it's not as good as range, I can assure you. So in this case, the increased wizard attack range would be what we're going to go for. Bear in mind, if you're developing a strategy to get past a hard level, and we'll get to that on one of the harder levels, we may undo or reset where our upgrades are at and specialize in a given tower. Like we might go all in on the artillery because it's part of the strategy to get past a particularly hard level before we have enough stars to buy everything. But that's kind of a rare case. But for now, we're going to take that increased wizard attack range. And then over here, let's look at Rain of Fire again. Adds 2 additional meteors from the sky and increases their damage. That's useful. But the Rain of Fire doesn't proc or cool down that rapidly. So I think something that's a very good to put your money into is the well-fed reinforcement. Well-fed farmers have additional health and deal a little more damage. But because the reinforcements cool down every 10 seconds, you can use them 6 times a minute, so a lot. So we're going to have a lot of our farmers and later better trained reinforcements out there. So we'll get a lot of bang for the star buck here, if you will. So we're going to put our other 2 stars into that. So we have no stars left. We're done. And that is it for my first video here on this. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, I am told by the gods of YouTube channel creation to like the video, subscribe, and actually, I'll tell you the most potent thing you can do with any video that you like, if you're a fan of a given channel, share it. I've looked into I've run other little channels here and there for fun, and when you get shares on a video, that really tells YouTube and the algorithm that you really like that video. So liking and commenting, that's good, but you share that. I think the way YouTube probably looks at it is you're inviting someone on a different platform like Twitter or Reddit or Facebook to come to YouTube and consume YouTube video, right? So all YouTube cares about is minutes watched. They want your eyes on their platform. So when you share a video, and not that you'd share this video with anyone, I don't know how many friends you have there in the Kingdom Rush, but just a bit of advice for other things you like a music video, you like an artist, share that music video with people, and that will really help the algorithm catch on to that music video. So just a bit of info on how all this stuff works in the background. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, my name is Mark. Right now, the channel is called Redo Over. I don't know why. It just is. Maybe because it's another shot at a different channel, or it's replaying old video games that I've played from the past, I guess. I don't have a channel icon or banner or anything yet. I'll see if I do that. Maybe not. Who cares? But I hope you enjoyed yourself. And look for another video. I'll try and do 1 or 2 of these a week, I guess. I play this thing for hours a day usually. So if I record and upload it, it's just a little bit of time out of my relaxing time to do that. So take care of yourself. Thank you.